Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that should concern every single one of us, regardless of our faith or background. The escalating crisis of religious persecution around the world. It's a silent cry often overshadowed by other headlines, but it's a reality for millions. And nowhere is this cry more urgent right now than in places like Nigeria. When we talk about religious freedom, we often assume it's a given. But for countless individuals, the right to believe or not believe can cost them their homes, their livelihoods, and even their lives. This isn't just a historical footnote. It's happening right now, in real time, across our globe. Let's start by understanding the scale of the problem. According to various reports from organizations like Open Doors and the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, billions of people live in countries where religious freedom is severely restricted. That's billions. Not millions, but billions. We're talking about state-sponsored oppression, social hostilities, and extremist violence targeting people based solely on their faith. These restrictions manifest in many ways. The inability to build places of worship, the banning of religious texts, forced conversions, discriminatory laws, and tragically, horrific acts of violence and murder. Now, let's turn our attention to a particularly dire situation that has been gaining significant, though often insufficient, international attention: Nigeria. For years, Nigeria has been a focal point of religious violence, primarily affecting Christian communities in its central and northern regions. The narrative around Nigeria is complex and often debated. Some argue it's purely ethnic conflict. Others say it's about land and resources, and still others firmly state it's religiously motivated persecution. The reality is often a tragic intertwining of all these factors, but the religious dimension cannot be ignored. Reports from numerous human rights organizations, journalists, and religious freedom advocates detail a relentless wave of attacks. We're talking about villages ransacked, churches burned, farmers murdered in their fields, and families displaced. These acts are often attributed to extremist groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP, but also to armed groups identified as Fulani militants. The scale of the violence is staggering. Statistics from various sources indicate thousands of Christians have been killed in recent years, with countless more abducted, injured, or forced to flee their homes. This has led to a massive internal displacement crisis, creating a humanitarian disaster on top of the violence. One of the most heartbreaking aspects is the systematic nature of some of these attacks. It's not just random acts of violence. It's often organized, targeted, and designed to terrorize and displace specific religious communities from their ancestral lands. Homes are destroyed, farmlands are seized, and the very fabric of community life is torn apart. The international response has been mixed. While some governments and organizations have condemned the violence and offered aid, many critics argue it hasn't been enough. There's a constant push for greater accountability, for more robust protection of vulnerable communities, and for a deeper investigation into the root causes and perpetrators of these atrocities. This brings us to a crucial question. Why should we care? Beyond the immediate humanitarian concern, why is religious freedom a cornerstone of a just and peaceful society? Because religious freedom is a fundamental human right. It's enshrined in international declarations. It's a core principle that allows individuals to live according to their conscience, to practice their beliefs peacefully, and to contribute to society without fear of reprisal. When religious freedom is eroded anywhere, it creates a dangerous precedent that can undermine human rights everywhere. Furthermore, suppressing religious freedom often leads to broader instability. Communities that feel targeted and oppressed are more likely to experience conflict, displacement, and cycles of violence. Protecting religious minorities isn't just about charity. It's about fostering peace, stability, and mutual respect within nations and across borders. So what can we do? As individuals, as a global community, we have a role to play. First, awareness. Share this information. Talk about it. Don't let these stories fade into the background. The more people who are aware, the harder it is for these issues to be ignored. Second, advocacy. Support organizations that are on the ground, providing aid, and advocating for religious freedom. Write to your political representatives, urging them to prioritize this issue in international policy. Third, prayer and solidarity. For those of us of faith, prayer is a powerful tool. For everyone, extending solidarity to those suffering persecution is vital. Let them know they are not forgotten. The situation in Nigeria is a stark reminder of the fragile nature of peace and freedom. It's a call to action for all of us to stand up for those whose most fundamental rights are being denied. Let's make sure their silent cry is heard, amplified, and responded to. Thank you for watching and for engaging with this critical topic. What are your thoughts on this issue? Please share them respectfully in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next discussion.